So, what's up, guys? We are back in Railroads Online, and we are back on the good old holy Southern. And yeah, it's certainly been a long time since we've last done a video on this game. So, what's changed? So, starting off, we've got actual textures now. Like, if we go over to Loose over here, we can actually see that, like, we can actually see the detail. We can actually see the lining in the tender instead of it just being a dull blur. And also the second thing you've noticed, we have started a whole new town over here. The town of Arson Pass. Yep. We've installed a few new industries here, such as the cattle farm, the water well, and the railway express agency over there. I am too lazy to run over there. And also, most excitingly, we have added a lot of new engines to the fleet. So let's go over the entire fleet one by one, starting off with the engines in this shed over here. So starting off in the shed, we have the two original engines, Betsy and Zoomy Boy, both with proper textures. It's still incredible to see these two with proper textures, the two that started it all. And going back over here, we have Loose and Amity, both again with proper textures. It's so cool. I can't believe I finally figured it out. And over here we have numbers 5, 6, and 7. We'll just go in order from closest to farthest. Number 6 is our Class 70 Hunter. Number 7 is our Class 48 Gus. And number 5 is our Cook 280 Willow. And if we go over here, we also have our brand new rotary snowplow, Warden Wrath. And over here we have the Ruby Basin V, or the Baldwin 10-22 E5, I think. I need to check. Where is it? Yep, I was right. 10-22 E5. I'll still never understand Baldwin classification scheme. And going back over here, we have the literal elephant in the room, engine number 9, the Collector, and the focus of today's video, engine number 10, Scara. So what are we going to do today? So today it's just going to be a simple resupply. We're going to head up to the logging camp and resupply it. We're gonna head up to the logging camp, get some logs, and then resupply the sawmill. Oh, dang it, I missed. Okay, and what's our boiler pressure looking like? Building. We'll just wait for temperature, and we'll just wait for water and fire to reach their max temperatures. And while we're doing that, I'll just show you a quick sneak peek of the map real quick. We've connected every industry on the map and even added some new ones, like the wheat farm all the way down here, and all the gold and farm industries. Now today we're just going to head over to the logging camp, but next episode we're hopefully going to head down here to this jumbled mess. Yeah, next episode is going to be absolutely crazy. This is just going to be a soft introduction and a soft reintroduction to the series. So yeah, and while we're waiting, just a few more things I've done around town. Again, we've added, well, as you've noticed, we've added this massive rail yard right here to store all our different consists. And we've got a set of engine sheds over here. And again, we've added the town of Arson Pass. And we've added a church right here with, okay, just pretend these are headstones. And we have instated a brand new passenger service, which is really exciting. And just exploring the town a bit more, I've added a few fun details, like this cart that got absolutely obliterated by a train with a destroyed sign too. And over here we've again added the cattle farm, which we haven't done anything with this industry yet, so maybe we will do that in a future episode. And we've added telegraph lines around the area. And I'm hoping to add more telegraph lines in different areas as we go along. And I think we should be good now. So let's head off. That whistle sounds so cool. I'm so glad we finally have a 460 in the game, you know? Do I have a brake time? Oh yeah. So, yeah, no, we don't have a brake time. Besides, I would have noticed. Because the brakes are so strong now that you can basically stop on a dime. It's both a blessing and a curse. So, yeah, we're going to head on over to the logging camp. And we're going to load up some logs. Maybe get the sawmill up to capacity and bring some extras back here to sell. And as you can see, we've added a massive switchback over here. This is basically my alternate route to get to the iron mine, which we'll probably take later in a future episode. So I'm trying to think of stuff to say while we're on the way over here. And also, yeah, some other stuff that I've done, like on a few of my routes I've redone the track work in places, but pretty much like the two I've changed most drastically were the logging camp route and the coal mine route. You'll see why I've changed the logging camp route in a little bit. So here we are at the sawmill. I'm hoping to eventually create an entire sawmill bypass, because this curve is awful. Oh, God, oh, Jesus, we have... How the hell? Oh! And we crashed the game. Okay, that was embarrassing. Okay, just hope we don't bin it again. Okay, so now we're on the logging run, which I have redone from the ground up. Oh, don't mind that. I have been able to delete that for some reason. Not that I recently know, but So, yeah, I've made this in basically one single try. Oh, then we're going to cross it coming up. Yeah, so that was just recently added, just to give this line some more life. Just something interesting happening. So the turnaround loop should actually be able to accommodate us without much issue now. Okay. And stop. So now let's load logs. Excuse me, I need a drink. Oh, I'm wielding a coal shovel. Okay, so that's the first set down. It just needed the frame rate get like infinitely better. Like, what the heck? Is that just me? Probably just me. Don't know if it's coming across on Steam Deck, which I'm recording this on, but it's just so freaking smooth now. Oh my god. Okay. So now let's get moving so we can get the next two. So while we're doing this, what is my end goal for this whole thing? So like, what is my end goal for this railroad? Well, I don't really have an end goal as we currently speak. But eventually I want to get this map to a substantial point. Bella! Stop! Find the damn cat! Sorry. Anyway, as I was saying, like, my end goal is to get this railroad to a substantial point before the switch to Century of Steam. Yeah, I'm going to switch to Century of Steam. Not because I hate Railroads Online, but because I literally don't have the storage to keep both games. But before I end the series once and for all and switch to Century of Steam, I'm going to do a comparison of the two. I know it'll basically be like comparing apples to oranges, but I want to be fair to both games, so I will do an honest, in-depth review to see which of the two is actually better. So anyway, now that we're loaded, let's go. God. Like, you can just see the difference in how heavy this train is and how slow the car is taking off there. So plan for the near future, because, you know, it's near. Like, my plan is to hopefully, I've got 36 grand, but I'm hopefully wanting to get to level 9 so I can finally unlock the Class 125, the early K-27, you know? Yeah, that's like the big engine that everyone wants at this point, so I know I'm very late to the party, but that's because I'm not at level 9 yet. Ugh. So I'm hoping that just through these deliveries I can gain enough, just through doing all these deliveries I can hopefully gain enough XP to like finally, you know, unlock the Class 125 and have my life be completed. Yeah, just kidding, but still, I really want that Class 125, dang it. So, now let's, once we get back on the home straight, gotta slow down still. There's the last piece of the original turnaround, which, as we all know, was absolutely awful. If I remember, I'll throw up a flashback.
What's this corner? What's this corner?
If I don't, yeah, I'm a terrible editor, I know. Okay, so now we can pick up speed. Let's see how fast you can get before we inevitably finish. I'm going to save the game before we crash and die. Okay, bring the cutoff back to around 50. Just so concerned about this, why not? That looks nice. And I think like as soon as we get off the bridge, we'll start our grade crossing mission. And not my best whistle. It's a lot easier to control whistles in Railroader. I really need to do a video on that. I've had this game since Christmas. Come on. Yeah, I've had Railroader since Christmas. I need to do a review on it. And also a review on Bowling Line. I've had that since like February. All thanks to a generous person who shall remain anonymous. So yeah, we really need to like, I really need to get like caught up with all this stuff. Okay, so I've been silent, just contemplating stuff. I've been silent and remembered, oh shoot, I've got homework. Good thing I'm filming this on a Saturday. Okay, so there's the first 6 all done. The first 5. No, it's first 5. I'm bad at counting. Oh. Yeah, that's the first 5 down and stop. I'm still trying to get used to like, now the brakes stop you on a dime. It's kind of crazy, kind of funny, crazy, stupid, all that. Okay, and there's our 54 logs in the pond. Can you get out of the pond? Let's see here. Is it... how much do we have? Okay, we got 100 of those, 84 of those. Just gonna let the sawmill do its thing. So anyway, now we'll get turned around and head back. Here we are for round 2 of the logs. So, yeah, let's get loading. I don't know what else to say. Oh yeah, now I know. First of all, sorry for being so inactive lately. School exists and I hate it. So, yeah, also plans for future videos. Of course, I'll be continuing the Railroads Online series and eventually doing reviews on Railroader and Rolling Line. And also, more rail fanning stuff's coming up soon, because within the next 2 weeks alone, I'm going to both Glenwood Springs and Durango. So hopefully I'll be getting good shots of the California Zephyr. Hopefully with 161 on it, if Amtrak keeps it on the Zephyr. Hopefully it's still on the Zephyr when I actually go. So yeah, and hopefully I'll be getting some good shots out in Durango too. Also, speaking of Durango, I am so genuinely just angry with myself because I was going to go to Durango like the weekend of, I believe it was the 24th, unknowingly. Like, I was just going to go to Durango for the hell of it to help my dad pick up a snowplow. Yeah, and I didn't know it, but that weekend was the last week ever that a coal burner would be operating on the DNS. And I'm just so genuinely annoyed that I didn't go. Because I didn't know it was the last day until Big Deal posted his video about it. It's just genuinely so sad that I missed it. But well, at least we still got Cumbres with coal. Yeah, and speaking of that whole coal oil debacle. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Wait, we lost one. Gotta go find it. Okay, anyway, speaking of the whole coal oil debacle, I'm planning on doing some more like discussion / video essay type things where I discuss like niche topics in the community, like not niche, like nuanced topics in the rail fan community, like converting coal to oil and stuff like that. The main thing other than the coal oil debacle that I want to do is whether it is actually justified to wreck trains to stage train wrecks for content. Because that is a bit of a hot topic in the rail fan community recently after, you know, the whole Mr. Beast train crash debacle earlier this month, where he crashed a fourth, because he crashed 2 the first time. Yeah, where he crashed a 4th GP7. And I'll admit, that video was cool as fuck. Anyway, the whole thing I want to talk about with that video is, like, is it actually justified to wreck trains for content? And spoilers, depending on the circumstances, I think it is. And when I get to that video, eventually, I'll be glad to tell you why. Anyway, other stuff I want to do, yeah, continuing around the Mine series. I'll definitely be doing a continuation of this series. So I am, because I just haven't uploaded anything. I've got like 5 episodes recorded, ready to be put out. I'm just too lazy to do it. So anyway, back to plans for videos. Like, other stuff other than the video essays and all that, and the game reviews, I am hopefully going to get back into the Top Gear and Owl House parodies because I love to do those. And hopefully with the next round of parodies I hopefully plan to do, they won't be as cringe. I just can't really think of anything else to talk about. I've already talked about my plans for the future. No, it's good. Just, I keep remembering more and more things I want to do. Because I eventually want to remake a few of my other old videos, like A Part of Me Stay Behind and The Ghost of Marshall Pass. A Part of Me Stay Behind especially. That adaptation, I'll just say it, that adaptation is the worst video on the channel. I cannot stand watching that adaptation. Like, I just wanted, like, I'll admit, when I did that for the first time, it was just a quick view grab, because it was the new hot Thomas story of the time. I would say a cash grab, but I don't make any money off of this. It was just a way to get views. I'll admit it. So I'm hoping if I eventually redo this, I'm hoping to make it, better in almost every way possible. Yeah, because with my original idea for it, I was going to use the old Soto Workshops Thomas and Gordon as, the pilot Thomas and Gordon. But the more I think about it, the more I just want to use the oldest models possible for that. I want it to be an in-joke to trains pretty much. Yeah, when I redo this story, I want that whole thing to basically just be an in-joke to trains. And have, Thomas and Gordon be the old SI3D 2006 models. Oh, that'll be fun. So yeah, and other than that, I still keep thinking of things that I want to do. The Europe trip especially is going to be the main thing I want to put out. Yeah, because if you haven't heard already, I am heading up to Europe on June 24th. Specifically, for anyone wondering, Amsterdam, Brussels, Paris, and London. With 33 other people from my school. So hopefully I'm hoping to do a vlog about that. And I want to style it off of Top Gear and the Grand Tour. As, a show host, because why the hell not? So yeah, that's going to be a 9-day long trip where hopefully I'll be able to produce a video out of it. At the very least, a highlight reel. I think we're just going to do one last load. Get as many logs as we can on. And just take the rest back to sell. So I'll just see all when they're loaded. Oh, yeah. Now we're back loaded. So now we are loaded and on our way back. And let's see how fast we can go before we hit the sawmill. Oh yeah, that was a good one. So I'm gonna call that. I think we hit 35. I forgot. Okay. So now we're heading back into the sawmill. Let's just load up the pond. We've only got 4 ones left to load in the pond, but you know what? Screw it. Let's just do it. Oh, just barely got it. So, easy guys, don't want to derail and crash the game. Also, don't mind the track that just leads into the pond. Well, there's that. Okay, so we might have just wasted a log, but we're only out $10. So let's turn around. Again, just the model work on this engine is just so good, dang it. And all the like custom sound effects that this engine has that none of the other ones have. Like, it's got a custom door sound. I don't know if y'all can hear it. It's got sounds for when you apply and release the brakes. And I can't really show you right now because, well, you can kind of see it, that they actually modeled the grates in the firebox. That is so cool. Gonna switch the track so we can line the train into the freight depot. And drop off all these logs. For like, I don't know, like, I think logs are like $10 a pop, so like $60 a car. Hey, that's still some decent money. So we're going to do a drop off on the fly pretty much. 3, 2, 1, now. Yep. $10 a pop. And look at all that XP. Dang. I thought this guy was, I thought I heard the engine whistling for a second, but it was just my cat. Hey, Fluffy. I really should, like, edit in a picture of Fluffy so you know what he's like. Oh, we are... I was about to say, we're, like, so close. Like, 15,000 XP away. And that is a whole lot of money in the bank. I think that was like a $2,000 train. 16. Okay, maybe not a $2,000 train, but 60 times 9 is... sorry, mathing. So, never mind, that wasn't a $2,000 train, that was only a $550 train. I think. So now let's back the log cars into... We're gonna back the log cars into the siding, and then we're gonna call it good there. So let's make sure we're in the clear. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. So, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I am so glad to be back on the HSNS. And next time, we're heading southwest. So, yeah. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Okay, bye.